Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Donna here. Today we're going to be working on another St. Patrick's Day wreath, and I'm going to be using a gold mesh, and then I'm going to put some green curls on it to bring the green in. And we'll have a sign and some ribbon. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a ribbon in each tie or just make a big bow. We'll think about that along the way. I'm going to be making my own frame today, so I will have some of it. I have some of it done now, but I left a few pieces to show you what I do to make my own frame, a work form. And then we'll get busy making a poof wreath with some green curls for St. Patrick's Day. Be right back. Okay, I'm just starting to wrap the top, and I'm going to be using the two top rails and going around. I think I'll put that one through here, go around that post, and that'll keep that one nice and tight. They should be about about 4 inches apart. So if you are trying to measure them that way, or if you measure them by this doesn't seem to be quite tight enough on the frame. If you measure them by the frame, I usually take the shortest piece of this green and move it over. Right about here. See, I could just take this and measure it down and go into the next one. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I want 8. So we're just going to move these a little bit, and we can get one more right in here. Okay, now I'm going to open up all the bottom ones here. Just makes it easier to put the poof in. Oop, that one came off. Well, we'll just put it on. There we go. Get a couple of zip ties and bring on the mesh. Well, this happens to be taped at the end here. Let's see if we can get this tape off. The gold one I think will be good for out by my lamp post because it gets more of the Florida sun and it won't show the fading as much as the green would. So we're going to start, same as we always do, gather it up at the top. And I'm going to go right before this tie. I'm going to go around the frame. And zip tie it on. And the zip ties backwards. Try that one more time. Okay, now I'm going to put my pieces underneath my raw edges. And we'll start with our poofs. 10-inch poofs. I'm trying to see, yes, okay. This mesh I've had for a while. I'm not actually sure where I got it from. It has some gold in it, like threads. It seems quite stiff. So the poof is just like a bubble, only you don't push it right up against the next one. You just hold it and bring it to the next tie. Hold it. Excuse me, bring it to the next tie. And I'm putting 2 twists in here because I don't think I'm going to open them up again to put the green in. The ties are long enough that I really don't need to open it again. Now here's my starting area. That's going to get pushed down below here. Let's get that kind of out of the way. There we go. So now I'm going to go into that first one that I didn't go into before. So now what I'll do is I'll just go up top, and I'm going to do the same thing. Excuse me. I'm going to take my zip tie, hopefully the right way around, and I'm going to go in around the frame, pulling the mesh tight. Now I'm not going to go into this first one. I'm going to go right through it and go to the second one. Making sure, let me check my ends again. Yep, they're fine. Eight on the top, 10 on the bottom. I didn't open these up. I forget to do that when I get to the top sometime. And it does make it a lot easier than trying to hold on to the mesh and open up the tie at the same time. So let me just open the rest of these. So anyway, out in the sun, I think this is not going to show the fade as fast as the green would, because it will get a lot of the afternoon sun, and as the month gets longer, as the year gets longer, that sun is getting hotter and more potent. Well, we had the storm system last night, and it really was nothing here except some heavy rain, fortunately. I don't think the southwest or south part of Florida got much in the way of damage from the storm. I know there was one mobile home roof a few miles south of us that got blown off. But fortunately, I don't believe there were anybody was injured. There's been some, now I'll tell you my Boston accent. There's been some wicked storms go through here. Not through here, but through the United States. This year. And I think it actually started with the tornado season last year. That was really wild too. Up in what I guess you call Tornado Alley. Well, I'm all the way around, and I think this mesh is quite translucent. I don't know if you can see, but I can kind of see the frame through it. So I'm going to do a little bit of back and forth, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I've ended at the top, and I'm going to make another loop. And I'm going to come down to one in the bottom. And this one I will open because now I'm going to have two pieces of mesh in there, and it will make it quite heavy, thick. Okay, now I'm down on the bottom. I'm going to make another loop, and I'm going to go up to the top. And sometimes these loops have to be a little bit larger because you have to get over the loop in front of you. And you don't want to make them so tight that you're squishing the one that's underneath it. You're actually just kind of adding a third row. You see the puffiness there. Okay, now I'm up top. I'm going to make a loop. And I'm not going into every one. It's about every other one, I think. I'm coming down the bottom. Get in underneath and get that one that's underneath it, and the one down the bottom. I'm going to go up to the top here. I think 2 more. I'm at the top, I'm going to go down to the bottom. That noise is just a scanner that I have going in the house actually, but you can hear the tones out here. One more. We're going to go up to the top. Okay, now I'm going to cut that off. Whoops. This down underneath. And it actually came back to where I started here. Oh, that no head on that one. That won't work. Now I can trim this off a little bit. You want to leave enough that you know you've got enough to get it down through the frame, because you don't want to have to leave it up top if you can help it. There. Now, this is poofiness itself. Look at that, see? And you have to go around and just rearrange a little bit because you've put a third row on. So you want to kind of make them all fit in together. So I'm going to get my green. Hold on. These are green rolls, and actually I'll just reinforce the roll a little bit. This is all leftover mesh, and so it was getting close to the roll, close to the end of the roll, and it was curling itself. I didn't have to curl it. I cut them 10 inches. And I'll see if I think it needs a ribbon too. So this is another thing. Now some of these are some 21-inch mesh, and I was able to get 5 10-inch pieces off the 21-inch mesh. That's all that was left on the roll. So I cut the 5 pieces and then I cut the pieces in half. Now that makes raw edges, but if you roll them and then put the raw edges on the bottom, it should help. And I'm just kind of going back and forward wherever I see the tie, I'm putting it in. I'm putting it in all of them, so I'm not doing all the bottom first and then the top. I think by the time, I am going to put a nice bow on this one because we haven't made a bow in a while. And I think by the time I put a bow on here and a sign, I have a sign for it, I'm not going to need more ribbons. So what I think I'm going to do is do the bow and the sign first, and then we'll look at it and see if we need to add any ribbon anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of these in off the camera so we don't make this too long because we're going to make a bow. Be right back. Okay, here's the sign we're going to use. It says, "Get your green on." And no, you can't buy that in the store because I made it this morning. So the little shamrock form, now you can get at Dollar Tree. Let me just see if I can find a way through here. And then I just painted it and made some vinyl letters. And I didn't film that because I just filmed one not too long ago. Same process. Make sure I've got it where I want it. Give it a twist. I don't want to pull it too tight. And then I will take this and twist it around the frame. See, I'm twisting it around the frame in the back. Now these little shamrocks and the other signs and things that you get at Dollar Tree are extremely thin. I have 4 layers of felt underneath here, and the staple was still starting to come through. So You have to be very careful if you use these. You've got to reinforce the back of it with something to try and keep the staples from coming right through them. And I'm using small staples, so a little raggedy edge here. Clean that up. Okay, I'm going to bring it up a bit. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Let's set this off to the side and make a bow. Oh, I'm reaching one of the ribbons. Right there. Okay. Let's use the bow maker today. I'm going to use this ribbon, this ribbon, this ribbon, and this ribbon. We'll see what we get. They're different shades of green, but then the sign is a lighter green. The sign has 2 shades of green on it. So I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to make about 6-inch tail. Put it down inside here and twist it. Okay. Now we'll make a 6-inch loop. Down there. Sorry, that is blocking you. 6-inch loop. I'm going to bring down in here and twist it. There we go. Twist it. Twist it. What have I got? 2 and 2, I think. I'm going to give us 3. Twist. This one I'm not going to twist because I'm going to bring the tail around front. Now I think we'll do this one. Oop, wrong way. This ribbon does not have to be twisted. I'm going to do 2 and 2. Bring the tail down. Shamrock. And this one does need to be twisted. And I don't like that ribbon holder. I get less tangled if I don't use it. One more. And this one, I think we'll just do 1 loop on each side. Alrighty. I'm going to use a zip tie and I'm going to go underneath everything. And I'm just going to start by getting this partly around it. And I want to get my tails all to the front. And I can start by, get this off of there. I can start spreading these out just a little. Okay, now I'm going to bring it up. And I'm pinching it together. Getting out the pipe cleaner that I forgot to get out. I'm going to bring this around to the back. Get it a little tighter, but I want to be able to get the pipe cleaner through. Now I'm going to pull it as tight as I can. And now we puff them out. I love making ribbons with canvas ribbon. It just, they stand up so nicely. And all but that solid green is canvas, so, or close to. This is the fun part of ribbon making, when you make it puff up pretty. There you go. And I'll have it squished down again when I go to put it on the wreath, so I'll fix it when I get it there. I think I'm going to put it right up here in the corner. And I'm doing the same thing I did with the sign. I'm finding a way to get it down through the mesh. See if I can get some of this stuff out of the way here. My limited work area. Hold on a second. I lifted you up just a little bit. I think you might be able to see me work the ribbon a little better that way. And I don't think this needs one single thing else. I have flowers. I have a little hat. What I'm going to do is try to curl these ribbons a little bit. There you go. Look at that. Gorgeous. I love it. Can you see them? Okay, let me get it upstairs so we can get a good view of it. and I shall return in a moment. Okay, seriously, folks, this is adorable. I love it. The sign came out good, and the bow is gorgeous, if I do say so myself. And it doesn't need another thing. And it's a good thing I put that extra mesh on, because you could really, it has, no, this is going to be up against, excuse me, up against a brick post, so you won't have light coming through the back. But if you did, you still could see a little bit of that through there. That mesh is very thin. But this is great. I love it. I love it. And all the different colors in that bow really made it. So that's it. That's my wreath for today. No more wreath therapy for me today. So I'll see you again on Sunday. I'll be back in just a second with a few closing words. So there you go. There's the wreath for today. I love it. I think it came out great. It was fun making it. And, you know, I got to use up the end of one roll of 21-inch mesh. And then I used some leftover 10-inch mesh to make the little curls. And it's always nice when you can find something to do that you can use up your little pieces of mesh, because I just hate to leave them. And anyway, I hope all of you are safe and healthy and warm and enjoying your afternoon. And have a great rest of the day. Have a good evening. This is Friday, and I'll see you Sunday for Sweetheart Sunday. See you later. And everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.